Okay, this is your second week agenda video. I couldn't remember if I had done this for my other 8 weeks, but there's just a lot coming up and I wanted to make sure that I just checked in with you guys. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Let me go down here and put it. Okay, so hopefully you guys, I put the research paper topics right here at the end of the first week's module. And that is, all that is the 16 chapters that are in our book. So you, for our research paper, you can choose whichever topic you want. Make sure that you are specific about it. So in terms of, say you want to write something about, I don't know, sex, gender, sexuality, whatever, you need to pick something that is more specific about that chapter. So say you want to look at the differences between what men and women earn in the same type of job or something like that. Or you want to talk about maybe you have issues with pronouns. What is the deal with pronouns? What does that mean? So you're going to look through those 16. It's going to be in this first module, and it'll stay open, so you'll be able to go in there and just click on the research paper topics and choose out of those chapters. If you have a question and you're going, I'm not for sure if this qualifies as that, shoot me an email, just let me know, and I'll make sure it's okay for you to do. The reason you need to be more specific is if you choose like the name of a chapter, you're going to type that in and try to find articles for that, and you're going to get so many different things. So when you narrow it down, you'll have it'll be more finite as to what you can choose from. So that just helps it a little bit. So for the module, we're still on module 1 in week 2. It always amazes me what all the stuff looks like here, but 8-week class, it's really fast. So I will put the week 2 agenda here. As I said before, don't just go by the to-do list because you're going to miss things in the module. You're going to miss the PowerPoints, which you have to have the PowerPoints. I had someone ask me about a book, and some of my in-person classes, they don't necessarily use the book, but they're in person and they have me face-to-face. Online students, especially 8-week online students, you need the book. There's just a lot going on. You need to have that to look and say, okay, well, is this what it's talking about? Or this is what it's talking about? Because we don't do those agenda lecture. We don't do the lecture with the PowerPoint. So you need that. So these are the PowerPoints. We're doing chapter 2 and chapter 3. We have 2 discussion boards again on 2 different topics. I have read most all of the responses about whether or not you like discussion boards. As I said, they're not, as a student, they are not my favorite. As an instructor, I know, number one, I'm required to do them for online classes. Any online class, you're going to have some type of discussion board. And that's just, it fits into the interaction part of it, because you guys are online and you don't have that interaction in the classroom. So that ticks that box for you guys. Yeah, it might not be fun, but it's something you got to do. And if you don't do it, it can be detrimental to your grade. So it's one of those things. You just do it, check it off the list each week and get it done and get your grade for that. Here is the study guide for exam 1, which is this week. My advice to you is you take the book, you take the PowerPoint, and you go through that study guide and you write down the answers to what is on the study guide, and then you use that study guide to do the exam. Remember, in terms of the exam, you have to have a lockdown browser. So if you've not downloaded it, hopefully you guys are opening this video up before. If you have not downloaded the browser, do it now, or make plans as to where you're going to go to take this exam, because it is through Respondus. It is locked down. I am required to lock down certain exams, and I have chosen to just do all of them. It's more familiar if you do it all the time. You just, it might be like a speed bump in the first one. After that, usually people get the hang of it. We have a chapter 2 quiz. Like I said, there's a lot of weeks that you will have maybe a quiz and the exam at the same time. 8 weeks, it just kind of piles up that way. And then we have our research paper topic assignment. That's what I was discussing before. For this assignment, you are going to, get this open. Excuse me. So over the course of this short 8 weeks, we will write one research paper. And the point of this is to make sure that you can choose a topic, critically think about that topic, do research about that topic, and write a 1,000-page paper, 1,000-word paper for that topic that you have chosen. So choose something that is kind of interesting to you, which makes it a lot easier to do. We will talk about the scholarly resources. If you have not heard of those, it can be very scary. I told my class today that when I went back to college, like I said, I went to college right out of high school, and I flunked out of college my first semester, and I didn't go back until I was an adult. I had no idea what scholarly resources were. They're not always fun to read. I'm going to tell you that. If it's a topic you enjoy, you might like reading them, but they're not always easy to read. So I don't like to sit down. I have a master's degree, and I still don't like to sit down and just like read scholarly resource articles. They're just like they say, they've done some type of research. Usually there's it'll tell you what it is in the beginning, and then it does a discussion at the end, but they can be sometimes difficult to read. So we will go into that when those are due. But for this assignment, you are choosing your topic. Your paper is going to look just like this. You're going to have a sheet of paper. You're going to type. Don't send me pictures of handwritten things. You have no idea how difficult that is for me to grade. And I've gotten to the point where I just won't grade it. So you need to have your name, our class, the date, Miss Adams, if you want to, on there in the upper left-hand corner. This messed up the research paper topic. This should be centered. And then you're going to tell me your chosen topic. You're going to write a short 100-word explanation as to why you chose the topic and what do you hope to learn about it. And that's, not even a full page. It's just 100 words, a short little thing as to, this is what I chose. I hope to learn more about it because of this. And that's it for this assignment. That's your first little step to our research paper. And it's worth 25 points. The issue is when people fail to do this part of it, it will build up. And if you don't do this, and then you don't do the next step, people have a tendency to get to the last paper and they haven't done a lot of the assignments that go with it, and then you lose points. I'm walking you step by step as to what you need to do. So for this assignment, this is what it needs to look like. I don't know. I think it's because I put this will be centered on this part and it comes out weird. But if you have any questions about that, let me know. Let's see if we can just go back here. Okay. So the big things you have to do this week are the 2 discussions, the quiz and the research paper. And then do not forget to do your exam. And like I said, if you use the exam study guide, get the answers for that, because in a lockdown browser, you can't search. It's not going to do you any good to search. I told my class today also that there were some things that you go, I learned in college, you do copy and paste it and you get the answers. You can't do that on this exam because I write the exam. A lot of those things that you can do that on, they're directly from the book. I don't do it directly from the book. I mix it up a little bit. I don't like the wording that they use from the book. It seems too formal for me, and sometimes it's harder to understand. So you would be wasting your time if you tried to copy and paste and get the answers, but you can't do that because it's locked down anyway. So fill out your study guide, take the few minutes, fill that out, and then you have it there for the exam. And this is my advice on all 4 of the exams. And this exam is on just those first 3 chapters. So it's over chapter 1, 2, and 3. And that's all it's over. So I think that is all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, make sure you send me emails, and hopefully you guys are staying on top of this. I know it's a lot, just step by step. Next week, I think we have less. We obviously don't have an exam next week, so it might be a little less work. So if you just buckle down and get this stuff out of the way, you should be fine. That's all I have. So I will try to check in with you guys next week. Bye, guys.